As the old John Wayne movie was in McClintock, the old man got up on the stage, started talking, "People, people, people! I want to get your attention. When you're spraying Roundup, or any herbicide for that matter, follow the instructions. For instance, if you get this in your eyes, hold your eyes open, rinse in water for 20 minutes. If you get it on the skin, rinse immediately with plenty of water. Use eye, respirator, long clothes, long sleeve shirts, long pants, and when you take them off, you don't take them in the house. You can leave them out and let it rain on them for a while. But by all means, this idiotic people walking around with thongs on their feet and shorts on, spraying Roundup. You're a fool. People, people, people. Down the road, when you get cancer from a herbicide and you have to check out of this world earlier than you may want, think back to when you were stupid. Now, if I'm in your face, that's a point for that. You're dealing with these machines right here, and I want to show you up close. You get a respirator, and you get eye goggles, and one more thing, and by all means, rubber gloves. I've seen you people out here on these YouTube channels putting herbicides on with your bare hands. Do you think you're manly? Well, that's not manly, that's just plain stupid. Now, like I've always said, fight me, delete me, do whatever you want. I'm going to make a statement for your health. Putting herbicide on with no protective clothing is almost like smoking. It's going to happen to you sooner or later. Now I'm going to show you how it can happen. You notice all these lines are rubber. You can check them, and I advise you to, but they can bust at any time when you're in the field. If you're looking back there, you just got a face full, mouth full of herbicide. The hoses down here on your sprayer, when you get them out here, they're rubber. Those hoses are rubber. Even on your little backpack sprayers, the hoses are rubber. One of those brakes are under pressure. Guess what, folks? You just got it in your face. In your face, as they say today. Get in your face. Well, when you get selective herbicide in your face, out in the bush, or farther from a hospital than you want to be, you did that to yourself. Put protective measures on. You know, that's what they sell rubber gloves for. Not barehanded. I've watched them dump herbicide in this tank right here with nothing other than their bare hand as they poured that. Once you put that herbicide on there, they're good. There goes the lid. Falls off. Stuff like that happens. You're filling that tank up, it splashes back in your face as you're looking in there. You just got an eye full. So like I said in the past, you can delete me at any time. It's your health that I'm trying to talk about, not your ego. You got a wife, children, grandchildren. Try to show them the proper way, because you're going to lead. If they see you doing this, they're going to do the same stupidity. That's not a good thing. All right, we're going to get this tank filled up, then we're going to move up the road, and I'm going to show you what can happen when you're filling this tank up. Now don't put the... As I'm putting the water in there, you're dealing with a liquid that can splash in your face at any given time, especially when you think it's the last thing that's going to happen. When you get your tank half full, when you come over to your sprayer, rev it up a little bit, or shake it up if you got a backpack sprayer. There's an agitator in there. That's agitating, going to start agitating the mix. Now I put crop oil in there with mine and the Roundup. Now when I go over there to dump that in there, that's when you need something over your face and over your eyes. Not just bare hands dumping chemical, highly toxic chemicals to humans in its raw form. Now after it's on the grass, on the ground's done its work, it's not a problem. So they say. But if you splash it in your face, you got a problem in a hurry. Now this next step's where you can get in trouble. You're going to put more water in there. The agitator's running. You better have something on your face. Okay, it's time to spray, people. And some of you people need to wake up out there. You're leading the public on these YouTube channels down the wrong road. Like I said, you're applying water. Now I don't care who you are or how smart you think you are. I'm going to tell you right now to your face. If I met you on the street, I'd tell you to your face. Without proper protection, even with these little sprayers right here, these backpack sprayers, use rubber gloves and a respirator. And by all means, something to protect your eyes. This way you ain't breathing that shit. If you splash it, you got your eye goggles on. When you're putting Roundup, Arrest Max, or Slay, you need to have protection. I don't know how many ignorant people I see, and I'm not going to mix no words like this. You're plain ignorant when you're walking around with shorts on, spraying Arrest Max on when it tells you not to do that. Wear some protective gloves, at least something for your eyes, and eye goggles or a respirator. Now, I had cancer 18 years ago. I was given 6 weeks to live in 1998. They didn't know how come I got the cancer. They didn't know where it come from. You ain't gonna know where yours come from either. And if I sound real urgent, it's because people are doing stupid things and then they're putting them on the YouTube channel. Bare hands, dumping chemicals in. Shorts, spraying, walking right through where they're spraying chemicals. Come on, you gotta be smarter than that, or how'd you ever get enough money to buy the land that you're killing yourself on? Get your head out of your ass and put some gloves on, a respirator and eye goggles and long pants and a long shirt. And if I'm gonna walk around in that, most of the time I'm gonna put a rain suit on because it's wet and you're just as wet. That's it from the non-typical Norwalkian. Like I said, you don't like it, hit the delete button. If I get to one person and save their life, mission accomplished. You can see the corn's up. Some of that soybeans get over here in the corn when you're throwing them over here. So that's what a lot of that green stuff is, which is an alright deal too. I mean, usually they'll get shaded out, but when you spray, you're going to run over some beans. But here's what I'm talking about. That little tiny velvet leaf, that's the time to kill them off. Because weeds thrive on hot weather, and he's got a pretty good root going, so right now is the time to get them done. So I got to get to work and get this thing sprayed and get out of here. There's a dusting bowl for turkey. Left one of his feathers there. That's pretty cool. Out here on the bean field, there's several of them over here. There's another one. Come out there and roll in the dust. And like I said, there's a classic. It's got its feather there and the whole 9 yards. It's out here spraying. You never know what you're going to see sometimes when you're growing things. Well, I just got back. There it is, sitting on the front porch. Arrest Max. Called Whitetail Institute on Monday at 9 o'clock. It's noon now on Wednesday. I just got back from spraying, but that's not their fault. But at least I got the product now. I can get back down and spray the PowerPlant. That's why you go with a professional company that does what they do for a living full time. So that's pretty fast. Call them on Monday, got it by noon by Wednesday. Yep, mowed the clover last Sunday, and Saturday morning, 6 days later, we had 2 inches of rain down there at the farm. That's a lot of rain in a short period of time. Well, this strip that you can see where it's real green, that was seeded in the PowerPlant, and I can see the beans coming up. And I don't know, I called Whitetail Institute, and they told me that green flash was the sun hemp. And I don't know whether that's sun hemp or some of it may look that way, I guess. But I want to get up here and spray this with a Rest Max. And if that's grass, I want to get the grass killed out. You notice where we sprayed Wednesday, it really did the job on a lot of those grasses and weeds. You can see it burn them down pretty good. We had some exceptional hot weather, and you know, you get these weeds in there and it's really hard to keep them in check. They want to grow so fast. I'm going to spray my PowerPlant today. You can use the new Arrest Max and Slay together on a legume such as clover. You can tank mix those, you'd be alright. You cannot put Slay on your PowerPlant. Basically, PowerPlant's broadleaf weed, sunflowers, sun hemp, stuff like that. This will kill those basically broadleaf weeds off. This is only, the Slay product is only to be used on your legumes. The Rest Max, now, being as they took the sorghum out, will let you spray with the Rest Max. That will kill the grasses out. And possibly if you get it on early enough, it may set back some small weed growth until your power plant shades it out. But remember, you cannot put slay on your power plant. I don't know if you can see that wet spot right there. That's one of those oh shit moments that I was telling you about. That's a rest max. Had I not had that, that would have been on bare skin. Here's that spare jug of water. I can wash that off. That wasn't reenacted. That was fact. When I opened that lid up, that's how fast that stuff can happen. Bend over, squeeze the bottle a little bit, too much because it's clear full, come out right on your leg. If I'd been wearing, still had my shorts on, it would have been right on your skin, instantly. Now you gotta add more water now. That's not quite full. We'll top it off. If you can't see all the importance of having safety gear on, then you're blind. You're putting water in water that can splash black. You're shaking stuff up, it can slop on you. What can I say? Let's go spray. One other thing I want to make a point on. You don't want to be spraying weeds when they have dew on them or right after it rained. You want them to be dry. And in doing so, that's going to let your carrier, which is the water, and your Surefire crop oil stick to it. If you do it with the water on it, the water is like a shield and it's just going to shed it off. So you're going to have to do it when it's hot. And so with that said, let's get this pumped up and get it going. I'm going to tell you something right now. Humidity's probably 80%. It's in the 80s. It's tropical. And that's why you need to take all these safety precautions. You're not in the couch under the air conditioning watching a video, reading about spraying food plots. This is the real deal. It's hot, sweaty, stinky work. Well, I got news for you folks. That's sweat. And when you're spraying that, you're really sucking in a lot of air. That's why a respirator and proper safety precautions are so essential. This is real sweat. That started out bone dry. And you're huffing and a puffing when you're start out carrying 4 pounds or 4 gallons of water across there in wet ground. You're going to be breathing really deep and sucking a lot of oxygen up. So spray early. Try to get the weeds as small as they can. But number one, do it safely. Wear safety clothing, goggles, respirator, gloves. So that's it for the spraying on the power plant. We'll have to sit back and watch what happens. I know I got a lot of broadleafs in there. I wish that slay, I hope it sets them back at this stage, but it'll be what it is. That's it from the non-typical Norwalkian. And it's hot, baby. Really hot.